Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mary.
Jerry, Bob, that's it.
Hi.
Hello. There we go. There we go. Hello.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. First time using this, so I'm trying to learn it.
Okay. We all were there.
Hey, Glenn.
Good evening. Jeremy, how are you this evening?
I'm okay. Just first time covering your council. Just kind of want to get a feel for how you guys work and how everything progresses. Pretty familiar with the process. Just getting used to everybody. About how many? I don't have a list here. About how many council members do you have?
Six.
6. Okay.
Six
The other
aldermen.
names-
6 aldermen.
6 aldermen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only names I have on my list is the chief, so I was like, but I have the agenda out here as well. Wondering.
And you've only got one first name. That's great.
Well, I'm looking over here.
We had Caitlin Mary before.
Yes, and she likes to be called by both names.
Yes, she does. We
Yeah.
asked her that. We quizzed her with that the first time she came in.
I know I called her Caitlin and she immediately corrected me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, to each his own.
Yep.
Scooting this over a little bit so I can see your agenda at the same time I got it over to the side. Okay, there we go. All right. Doesn't look like it'll be a too in-depth meeting. I see you got a bill and a resolution on the docket.
Hey, Glenn, how's Debbie's mom doing?
You know, she's doing better. She's still needs help, but she's getting some of her mobility back, some of it. She's getting a little stronger every day. I don't know that she'll ever be able to live on her own,
Oh,
but we might be able to get her to where she can be at home 2 or 3 days without assistance. Her problem is she can't reach anything in the house. So everything has to be low in the refrigerator, everything in the kitchen has to be down low. So I don't know. We're gonna see. We got a new visiting angel coming in for they're hard to find and hard to keep.
Is she wheelchair dependent?
She can for long distance, yes. But for just going back and forth in the house, she's using her walker again.
Oh, okay.
It's slow and tedious, but she has weaned off of the wheelchair in the house.
Well, that makes it a little bit more,
Yeah,
easier on.
yeah, and she can transfer in and out of bed and make it to the restroom, and it's just the daily activities, mostly preparing and eating meals. She can eat fine, but she just can't prepare.
Right.
Hey, Terry.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Okay. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah,
Next week, they say it'll be a little better.
So Glenn, my brother-in-law said it was a mad frenzy down at the marina last Friday to get everything winterized. I mean, since
Yeah,
Wednesday, and Thursday was so nice, everybody wanted to keep their boats out as long as possible. But then it was just a madhouse on Friday.
yeah. A friend of mine that's in Lake Center, he ended up running down and doing his own boat. He thought that the boat was going to get to it, and apparently, surprise. So he was out there last weekend. I got mine all winter safe. I
Yeah,
want to pull both the refrigerators out and the batteries,
right,
and
right.
then put the mooring cover on. I want to service those refrigerators.
Are you guys nestled on the Merrimack, or do you have a lake nearby?
We're on the Mississippi.
You're on the Mississippi?
Yeah, up in St. Charles.
Oh, okay. I was talking about Burns Mill, but okay.
Yeah.
St. Charles is a very, very lovely place.
That
We
area.
like it.
Yeah. Yep. It's a little bit of haul up there, but it's all right. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So when you drive up there, Glenn, do you usually take 270 or 141?
Usually 270 all the way up to
370.
370. I'm gonna add some solar panels this year
Yeah,
and a couple of lithium iron phosphate batteries,
okay,
so I can stay on the hook a little bit longer.
there you go. Those batteries aren't cheap.
I know, I know.
I don't know about the maintenance on them though. I mean, are they just,
There's not a lot you can do with them.
yeah,
and-
I mean, there's not a lot you can do with them, but how, I'm assuming that they last.
They're
just as
like
long.
4,000 cycles. 10
Oh, well,
years.
it should, yeah, that should last a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want all my house batteries separate from the start batteries.
Right, right. That's definitely the way to do it. My dock neighbor, he's an engineer that manages battery production. As far as the equipment to make batteries and production lines and things of that sort.
Oh, okay.
So he goes to Italy, goes to China a lot. Italy is a big one, and he's always over there.
Yeah.
And then he goes around, the United States to the factories that are around here. But
Well, I know most of the LiFePO batteries are made in China. That's where they're coming from. There's the
but it's
barrel.
it is definitely interesting. The things that he
Mhm.
says about it. He says those batteries, those lithium batteries, they're almost made in like clean rooms because they have to be, such a clean area to
Oh,
make them in. Yeah.
no contamination.
Yeah. And the tolerances are a lot higher than just lead acid. Lead acid is just a dirty, dirty process.
Right, right. And then I don't think the AGMs are any better.
Yeah. Right.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for running a little late here, but better late than
Oh.
never.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm Bob, Rob.
Hello. Let me get my screens organized here and we'll start the meeting. So let's see. Mary Glenn. It's gonna be great. Very good. Okay, well, I'd like to call the City of Burns Mill Board of Alderpersons regular meeting for November 16th, 2022 to order. First order of business here is the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd like everybody to follow me, please. I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of
of the United States of America,
America.
Republic for which it
To
stands,
the republic.
And
For which
one
for
nation
which
under
it
God,
stands,
under God.
nation under God, indivisible,
justice for all.
liberty and justice. for
and
all.
justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. All right, moving on to item 3, roll call here. So let's start with roll call. Glenn LaVenture,
Here,
Mary Shedley,
Here,
Bob Prado,
Here,
Galen Harrison,
Here.
Cindy Davies,
Here,
and Robin Harris is excused. So moving on to item 4, amending and approving the agenda. Is there anything we need to amend on the agenda or can we approve it as submitted?
We can approve it as submitted.
All right,
I motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
I
Second.
second.
Glenn,
yes,
Mary,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Cindy.
aye.
All right, then item 5, amending and approving the minutes from the Board of Alderpersons meeting of November 2nd, 2022.
You didn't have them ready.
I'll have them at the next meeting.
Oh, they'll be
I
at that.
wasn't-
Okay, I didn't know if you got them buried in here or not. So,
No, I did not.
okay, all right.
I'll
Well,
make a
thank you.
motion to table the reading of the minutes.
Second,
Glenn? Glenn?
Aye.
Mary,
aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Cindy.
Aye.
Okay. Are the warrants attached to the?
Yes, they're there.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, so item 6 here, the warrants for November 15th, 2022. Let me pull those up here and we'll gonna be reviewing a warrant list in the total of $44,310.62. So let me go back
Yikes.
here a
It's
little
a
bit.
big one.
Yep. Now, what is the old nomenclature here and new nomenclature for?
So we're still in a transition, sorry, here. We're still in the transition from the old to the new account.
Okay,
And so that's the ACH, so the Colonial Life is still coming out of the old account. I haven't had a chance to get that switched over yet, but no checks will be written out of that old account going forward. But they will all be written out of the new 7233. So I got all that switched over.
okay, great.
But it's just kind of a long process getting because there's a lot still being automatically deposited into the old. And it's going to take about a month still, I think, to get it all moved over. But
Okay.
because of all the fraud, I only have enough in there now for, what is like payroll and stuff like that until we get it switched over.
All right, very good. Let's see, we have Frank's shed in here, so that was a very good deal on the shed, Frank. How are you liking it?
I'm not allowed to touch until I get shelves in it, I was told.
Hey, all right, I didn't know if you were spending the night in there or not, so. Not yet, huh?
So we had a lot of work at House Springs Discount Muffler, huh? A lot of work there today, this pay period.
In variety of vehicles too, you can see you got a 2016, 2017.
Oh,
Most of that's just normal maintenance stuff, oil changes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the one 2016, that's brakes on that car.
And this is one of Bob's trucks here, the older one, because he doesn't get anything in the teens yet.
wow. So that's
So
that's an addition. We spent like 2,000 on it last month, didn't we?
yeah.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
So is it fully functional now, Bob?
Yes, we got it back. We've been driving it now.
Good. How long do you expect that to last though?
Right,
Realistically? Is that gonna have something we gotta replace this next year?
I'm hoping that when I get this new truck ordered, it will replace Brandon's truck and then move Brandon's to up and get rid of the other one, that 2011.
Yeah. Yeah, the salting that you guys do just really tears them up. It's there's no way around it.
Hey, Bob, how many chainsaws do you get sharpened for $81?
9 of them, 9
Really?
chains.
Wow.
I think it's $8 a chain.
I've got a bunch of change to bring them.
You gotta watch getting the chain sharpened up there though, because they do tend to wear them down to nothing.
Overdo them a little bit.
I've got a couple chains that if you look at the teeth, they turn blue. And that just means the next time you cut with them, they don't cut long.
Ah,
But
I used
still,
to go down to Cedar Hill Hardware for that.
yeah, it's still not a bad deal. No, nothing
No.
wrong.
And so what's the changeable message boards for 4,200?
That was for when we did that project on Upper Burns Mill, when we warned everybody a week ahead of time when we closed the road.
Right.
It was from September. They've been emailing me stating that it hasn't been paid. And so Bob confirmed, and I did confirm it didn't get paid. So that's from us September, I think it was, is when the original bill was. And it's capital improvement too, which is good.
Right. How often do we use those message boards? Because we use them a
We use
couple times this year, right?
Yes, we've used them twice this year.
Yeah, when we worked up on
Oh,
by PP there where they did the culvert repair, and then when we had to close upper Burns Mill to 30 down. But they're expensive enough, and it's nice just to be able to rent something like that rather than to invest in it.
and then have to maintain it and keep
I'm
it.
always worried about somebody hacking into it and changing the message.
Sure.
So I'll let everybody go from there to think what the message could be, but wouldn't want to see that happen.
Yeah, new them things are like $27,000 a piece.
Yeah. And you need 2 of them typically.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will make a motion to approve the warrants in the amount of $44,310.62.
Second,
Mary,
Aye.
Glenn,
Yes,
Bob,
Aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Cindy.
aye.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item 7, recognitions and proclamations. I don't believe we have any. So moving on to item 8, old business. Phone's not working properly.
Yeah, so our phones continue to have problems. They won't ring in all of the offices, and we also don't have the administrative code to be able to like do anything with it on our end. So we need to kind of know where to go from this.
Monica, we need the script. Monica can record the script. She's done it before. We just need, I guess, the admin rights to do so. But it's actually, I had 52 voicemails today, and everyone's leaving me voicemails for every department because we don't have a script, so nobody can get permits, or nobody can get the city clerk, or they can't just, or not city clerk, but
The courts or whatever it is.
yeah, the courts. And so
You
like,
don't have an auto attendant that jumps in there and says, press 1 for you know.
Yeah, that's the
inspections.
script that we need to be able to record and program so that people can select who they want to talk to.
yes, it's causing quite a big of problems.
So
Mary Ann let me know today
is
that
the
we're
current
getting-
script, the greeting that you hear, does it match what you can actually press and get?
I don't
No,
know.
no, we need this, we need to record the script.
I
Okay,
think what Bob's asking, do you hear a script when they call? And if nobody answers, do you get some type of message?
well, no, because if you say, you know,
No.
let's say 1 for courts and 2 for police, and you press 2 and you get courts, then the greeting doesn't match the prompt. And
Exactly. But are we even getting a prompt? Are we just all going? to-
no, they're getting a prompt. It's just,
Okay,
it
they are.
sounds like it's not going where it needs to go because the greeting itself doesn't match what they're selecting.
Yeah,
Am I-
Monica rewrote the script and everything so that it could, I guess, I'm not really understanding, but I know that she just needs to record the script so people are able to press the proper.
Who's our point person with this phone system?
I am.
Okay.
Bob is.
Okay, so why don't we have Monica and Bob have a discussion about what they need? Because I don't know enough about it and I don't think we're explaining it right. So Bob, when you have time this week, why don't you give Monica a call and you guys can talk about, because like I said, I think you and Monica seem to speak the same language. Amy and I are like trying to translate and it's
Yes,
not
Bob,
beneficial.
Monica emailed you a couple times and she did, I guess, emailed
So
you.
just
what
give
she's
her a
needing.
call whenever you get time and we'll get working on it.
Okay. Okay.
But a lot of people are complaining, like the residents are
We
complaining.
got it. Amy. We'll take care of it.
Are you getting court calls too? Amy, I'm sorry.
I'm getting all of them.
Everything.
They're all
If you're getting anything to the city hall, you're getting.
everything.
Okay, all right. I'm sure Bob will get on that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, moving on to item 9, new business. We have item A, lot split request approved by P&Z for 3303 Burns Mill Road.
Yes.
Requested by Kyle Brown.
So I think we just need that approved. This was the split that went from 3 lots, I think, to 5. I believe this is the old farm property.
So this is the Bud Myers property down at the
Yeah.
intersection of Franks Road and Lower Burns Mill by the old maintenance shop.
Yes, yeah, and Bob's been out there. They staked the road. The P&Z members have been out there. I don't know if any of them are on tonight. They just approved this on Monday, but this has kind of drug on for a little while, so I wanted to go ahead and get it on the agenda for you guys to vote on.
Yeah, I think we needed to get this approved relatively quickly. They've purchased this property, went to August or something, and been forcing around trying to get this. And I know they had problems with the way that they had platted things out and the way their surveyor represented things. It was a back and forth, so. So I'm
Yeah.
glad to see that they got that done. So thank you for shepherding it, Else.
No problem.
So I'm confused. Is it a 3 lot or a 5 lot?
I believe it's a 5.
Okay, because there's,
Part of the complication was that they went from 3 to 5 lots, and that like kind of threw the P&Z board off. But it makes sense. It's plenty big. All of the lots are buildable, so.
And the statement from Kyle was, and I know Kyle and I've talked to him, he said they decided to go ahead and do 5 lots. They had such a challenge just splitting off 3 lots. They said the total buildable area up there they wanted to do was a total of 5 lots. So they figured they'd just do it in one swing rather than trying to come back and going through more effort. So this way it's all platted out and everything's approved and ready to go whenever they decide to do that. But apparently it's going to be a sort of a family type a layout up there. It's Kyle's, I believe it's mom and dad or stepmom or in-laws, and then another aunt and uncle or something like that. So they're not making a huge subdivision by any means, which sort of fits the style and the of what Burns Mill is wanting and not wanting to see another huge McBride subdivision built in here.
So why does it carry a Eureka address?
Some of the goofy zip codes here, they do, I believe.
Okay. That's what it
Like
says
mine.
on Google
I
Maps.
don't think there's 363051, are they?
No,
It's
I've got a Eureka zip code.
or 2 5.
63025.
Yeah.
I have a St. Louis County zip code and I live in St. Louis City, so they don't care. It's just what post office is servicing them.
Yeah, mine's High Ridge.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I get High Ridge addresses.
Yep. So we just need a vote to approve the lots from you
Can
all.
we get a motion on this, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the lot split request approved by P&Z at 3303 Burns Mill Road, Eureka, Missouri.
Second.
Galen,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Cindy,
Aye.
Mary,
Aye.
Glenn.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to item B, we have calendar.
Yeah, so this is our next meeting is gonna be on December 21st. I'm not gonna be at that meeting, so I
So
wasn't
what about
sure.
December 7th?
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that meeting, that is our next meeting.
Okay.
The reason it's on the agenda is I want to talk about the 21st.
Okay.
So the 21st is our 2 meetings from now. I won't be here. I didn't know if we would have a quorum, if we wanted to cancel that meeting since it was close to Christmas. But that's why it's on the agenda.
Do we have anything upcoming that we need to have the meeting for that we can foresee?
No, and I think it would probably be advantageous to cancel a meeting anyway to let Amy get caught up on meeting
What is
minutes.
that animal you have there by you? Is that a Dalmatian?
It's my Australian
Oh.
Shepherd.
Oh, adorable.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sometimes Waylon comes to Burns Mill, so on Tuesdays, if you'd like to see him, sometimes he stops by.
Oh, great.
So, well, just once I had to pick him up from the dog sitter. And he was a big hit at court. So everybody likes Waylon. So that we don't really have much. I think canceling on the 21st is probably a good idea just for the holidays, as well as like letting Amy get caught up in our next agenda item where we're going to talk about our new hire. So,
Okay.
you know,
And so we'll plan on coming out of the gates on January 4th.
yeah.
of 2023.
Yeah, and that will probably also, we'll try and keep that agenda a little bit light because that will be Adam's first meeting. So
Okay.
we won't put a ton on that one, but I mean,
Yeah.
we'll have a meeting, you know, and go from there.
That sounds good.
Mhm.
So based, do we need to make a motion to cancel the meeting for the 21st?
Yeah, that's fine. Go, yeah, we might as well make a motion.
Okay, I'll move to
Everybody's in
cancel.
agreement, you know, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll move to cancel the second meeting in December.
I second.
Glenn,
Yes.
Mary,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Cindy. Okay, then moving on to item C, Board of Adjustment, Planning and Zoning.
Yeah, so this, we touched on a little bit at the last meeting, but we are really low on members. We went through and double checked and like, we have the bare minimum to basically have a quorum. So we need to get this posted or advertised, and we needed a little bit of direction as far as how we wanted to go about that. Like, do you want us to draft like an application up, or I don't know, we may have one somewhere at City Hall. Do you want to hand them out? Do you want us to post it on the website? How do you want to move forward with it?
You know, we've never had an application in the past that I'm aware of. It's pretty well been, you know, oh, so-and-so would like to participate on planning and zoning or Board of Adjustment, and you know, and we generally welcome them, you know, because we have such a small contingent of people involved in this too. There are a couple people I have in mind to talk to about this, so.
Well, I do want to put a little like application together, and I can just have the girls email it to you guys.
Okay.
And then if there's somebody you're interested in, you know, that way they can fill it out, bring it back, and then we've got it, you know, so we can keep that communication open. We could send them emails and get confirmation.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I think that'd be good. It'd be good homework for the board. So for the next board meeting on the 7th of December, maybe we talk about potential candidates for the Board of Adjustment / Planning and Zoning. Now, the Board of Adjustment, they don't meet very frequently. That's only when something sort of goes astray in planning and zoning, and they need to address that.
Yes. Yep.
So, and P and Z meets twice a month or once a month?
No, PNC
Once a
meets
month.
once a month as needed.
Once a month, okay. So I think that'd be important to identify too in this application, so people understand what the requirement is that they're volunteering for.
Yep.
So just some basics there around that, and maybe time too on that. Is the P and Z meetings generally at 6 p.m.?
That's 7.
7.
7, okay.
Yeah, and there was some discussion of having those go back in person, but we decided to table that until after the first of the year, once Adam gets here and we kind of see where things are going. So we're gonna I also don't think that we can get a quorum if we do it in person. So because we have so few people, so I think we need to leave those alone for a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, that's all I had on that.
Okay, any other comments or thoughts on that, board members? Or are you okay with the?
No, good luck. We're always trying to recruit people, so.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna go by word of mouth at this point then?
Well,
Yeah, well, let's see if we can like track some people down, you know, and then if we don't get much response, then we could put it, you know, in our newsletter or on
Well,
our
it'd be
website.
good. I mean, you can send it out to the people that signed up for the email notifications. You can send that out as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea for the email blast to people.
Yep.
But I think if we get 2 more positions filled for planning and zoning, we may be okay there.
Yeah.
What did you ever come up with Board of Adjustment wise? How many active members are there? Did we figure out who was alive and not?
Amy, were there 4?
I'd have to go back and look, I haven't done my minutes for
Okay.
last time, but Mary was right about that one person that you said in Florida that passed away. Mary was right about that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what we need to, what positions we really need to fill, but obviously planning and zoning is the priority here. Get some good candidates in.
Is there a specific skill set that we would like to have for somebody in the Board of Adjustments?
Just
Or-
Yeah.
breathe, just let them be breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That really is where we're at this point. And honestly, I'm gonna spend some time early next year, maybe summer next year, looking at the P and Z and Board of Adjustment script and training. And so whoever we end up appointing, I'll be able to train them. So it'll be fine.
So basically, city resident and they're live,
Yeah.
so.
Right.
And maybe have a computer. Computer would be good too, because they.
Yes, yeah.
So other than that, some of the basics, so. Okay, moving on, item 10, legislation unfinished. I don't believe we have anything there. So we'll move to item 11, legislation new. We have 2 items. First up is bill number 2022-957. Do we need to read this twice with our new?
No,
style?
you don't, but we left something off of this, Amy. It's the motion for Adam. So we can approve that in closed session and report it out, but we'll talk about it in open session out of my report. So,
Okay, we'll talk about it there then.
yeah. Good grief.
So anyway, so back to item A here. Do we have to read this twice or?
Yeah, read it twice.
Okay, can I get a motion for first reading of bill number 2022-957?
I'll make a motion to read bill number 2022/957 for the first time.
Second,
second,
Okay, Cindy?
Bill number 2022/957,
Oh, I don't have to do roll call. That's right.
an ordinance of the city of Burns Mill authorizing the mayor to execute a tax revenue sharing agreement with Jefferson County, Missouri for the 0.5% sales tax for capital improvements to publicly maintained roads. Do I have a motion to read that for the second? I make a motion to read that for the second
I'll second.
time. Bill number 2022-957, an ordinance of the city of Burns Mill, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute a tax revenue sharing agreement with Jefferson County, Missouri for the 0.5% tax for capital improvements to publicly maintained roads. Is there any discussion or can I make a motion to approve?
No discussion for me.
I think this is just a standard ordinance we have to approve each year.
Okay, I make a motion to approve Bill.
I'll
second,
Mary,
Aye.
Lynn,
Yes,
Galen,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Cindy.
aye,
All right, moving on to item B, resolution number 2022-606.
Right.
I'll make
So
a-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, is there a question or something?
I was going to explain it, but let's go ahead and read it and then I'll explain it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to read resolution 2022-606.
Second.
Did I read it once? Just one, okay.
Oh, that's a-
Resolution 2022-606, a resolution of the city of Burns Mill, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute an agreement with Economic Development Corporation.
So hold on a second. The actual resolution down below says 605 instead of 606, so. We need to make sure we're talking about the right number, let's say.
Getting to it.
It's at the very end.
Yeah, I'm trying. Did I miss it? No, keep going.
Yeah, just go at the very end. It's the last
Okay.
page.
That was it.
I'll get it corrected.
Which
So
one
the-
needs to be corrected
It's
though?
606.
Okay,
So this is incorrect. That's a,
It's yes, it should be 606.
okay.
Okay,
Good catch, Galen.
all right, Allison.
Okay, so this is the Economic Development Corporation with Jefferson County. We've been members of it from time to time. We were going to do this, we discussed it, but we forgot to put the resolution on until now. So we've actually been involved since October. They have been a big part of bringing that Redberg project that Hardy
James
Co-
Hart-
Corporation, yeah, into the county. they're eager to work with us as far as economic development and growth. I also think it will be a great resource for Adam to have, you know, as far as networking, but also like learning a little bit more about the area and what we may be able to look for as far as growth is concerned. So that's what it is. So we're just asking for the approval for the year membership.
And I know the Economic Development Corporation is interested in working with Burns Mill, because you think about our positioning and where we are in Jefferson County in reference to all the other cities. Everybody else is down on 55. You know,
Yeah.
we're on the Highway 30 corridor, and that it's important for them to make sure that any opportunities can, you know, somehow be supported by Burns Mill.
Well, and you know, Arnold is almost completely built out at this point. Festus is very built out. You know, I mean, Peebly, Herky, and Crystal, they have a little more flexibility, you know, but as far as the way our land is situated, we are situated nicely for development. So it's something I think it will be beneficial for us. So
yeah,
that's why
exactly. And to be involved in it rather than having somebody come in and catch us off guard with something. It's good to have this front end discussions.
Yep. And
This was,
it's liaison with the city or with the county as well, which is kind of nice. So
yeah, at the municipal meeting last night, they talked about this James Hardy project going forward. And there's going to be a development. They're going to put property up or build a building in Crystal City for their, I guess it's concrete
Concrete siding.
Siding.
Yeah.
I just used some 2 weeks ago. It's great stuff. It's
Yeah.
you put it up once and you never have to. It's
I mean, no.
no.
Trying to work, no.
Oh.
Sorry, I have 3 cats.
Okay. But no, it's a material. It's a concrete siding type material, and it really is very durable and outperforms anything else that you can nail up on your wall. So it's good stuff.
It's a huge money-making project.
I bet.
Be good for the county.
Mhm.
I forgot how many jobs is it going to create?
Initially, there'll be 238. With an average salary of about $70,000.
That's great.
And the company, I think, takes everybody to lunch on Friday at different
So did you call
restaurants.
this?
So it's a community effort.
Sorry, Frank.
there are also the EDC does like meetings that I know that board members can attend, and the city admin that lets you know about what's going on in the rest of the county too. So it's a nice organization that we have.
That
Well,
project you're talking about, was that called the Redbird Project?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. I
That's
have
what
a
it-
map with,
Yeah, that was a code name for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they had a release, what, 2-3 weeks ago on that, a press release on it.
Okay.
It was a major, coup that they got by bringing James Hardy into the area down there and to create a big production facility. So
Well, take a look at that. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's not just the facility itself, it's everything that's going to have to supply it, and then transportation and
sure.
railroad.
A
Yeah,
lot of spin-off jobs do involve
exactly,
operational support.
right.
right.
More people will be moving to the county, so yeah, it'll be good.
Yep. So can we get a motion to,
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2022-606.
Second,
Mary
Aye.
and
Yes,
Cindy,
aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Bob?
Aye.
Moving on to item 12, administrators report.
Okay, so let's see here. I met with the Girl Scouts this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, they were brownies. They were 5. We had a good time. We did a little tour of City Hall, and then they went over to the police side, and Greg took them for a ride in the car around City Hall with the lights and sirens on, and they thought it was great. So that was a fun community activity. We are in the process of doing a transition with the courts. We're getting some new file folders to make things a little more efficient. And we can talk a little bit more about that in the closed session. On Tuesday, I sent out a request from the department heads asking them to do job descriptions for their employees, as well as to give me feedback regarding what would make their department run better and what they need. So like, is there an expense coming up? Like, does Bob need a truck, or does Bob need a part-time person, or what's on the wish list? Even if we can't put it together, we need to figure out what we really need to make the city run efficiently. So I asked that they get that back to me the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So hopefully at our first meeting in December, I'll have a little bit of feedback. Not that we're gonna, approve anything at that moment, but it will at least give us some ideas, for the future. And then, the website review, that's another thing I've asked all department heads to do. And I would also like the board to do, is to look at the website. And if there's anything on there that you think looks wrong, like it shouldn't be there, it's bad information, please shoot Monica an email and let her know. She's working on getting that cleaned up.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
there's a lot. I think there's a lot of organization or reorganization that could be done on that site.
Yeah, that's the kind of the general theme. So there's a lot to get, organized. And then the last thing is, I guess, if you want to talk a little bit about Adam. So we've talked about him obviously before, and we are going to approve that contract in the closed session, but Adam's on the call. So if we want to say hi to him and introduce him to everybody, Rob.
Yeah, so Adam, welcome to Burns Mill. I understand you'll be starting employment with us once the contract's approved towards the end of December. We really look forward to you coming on board with us, and I think you're going to be able to take a great role in the city and really help us transition and get to be in a better spot. So Adam, I'll turn it over to you for a minute if you like.
Hi, I'm very excited about getting started, I will tell you. So I met most of the board, I think all the board actually, when I was down there. It's a great city. I think there's a great opportunity. So I've been doing a lot of research, figuring out what we can and can't do, and getting acclimated to the Missouri way of doing things. So I'll be ready to go when my feet hit the ground. So got some plans in my mind. So I think it's gonna be a good thing. I'm excited. So
welcome aboard, Adam. And
Thank you.
Jeremy, for your information, this is Adam Thompson. He comes to us from Lakeland, Florida, where he's currently been serving as city administrator there. So I'm sure you're going to be very eager to talk to Adam in more detail, get information for the leader. So I won't try to fill in any more of the gaps or the blanks. And I'll let you correspond with Adam.
Adam, are you already stationed down here now? Are you already in the area now?
No, sir. I'm actually still in Florida. I'm trying to fill my position before I leave. So we're working on that, and there's a couple of projects that are going on that need some attention. So I'm trying to finish those before I leave. So the end of December was a really good start time for me. So I'll be there. I think the week before Christmas, I'll be in Burns Mills.
Well, as soon as you get on your feet, probably after the first of the year, I definitely want to sit down and talk with you, introduce you to the community, get to know
Absolutely.
know you a little bit better.
Like March or June or something.
Not that far away. Maybe after New Year's, maybe like the second week of January. I'll check with my editors.
Perfect. Thank you.
I did have one more kind of caveat for Adam coming on. So City Hall is closed, I believe it's 23rd and the 26th for the Christmas holiday. And I wanted to ask the board if we maybe could open City Hall a little bit late on the 27th. I wanted to do like a staff brunch with Adam and then have an all staff meeting afterwards. So I was thinking maybe we could open City Hall at like 11 or 12 if the board was okay with that.
Can Frank attend the brunch?
Yeah, Frank can come.
Okay,
You
as long
all
as
can
Frank can
come.
go to the
It's
brunch,
perfect.
we're okay with it. But
Frank always attends the meetings when there's food at him. So yeah, but we can get that posted so people know ahead of time. And also I wanted to know if it would be okay if we also close the recycling center that morning, because I've actually never met Zoe. I thought
Okay.
it might be nice for her to like meet Adam as well.
Sure, yeah, I think that'd be fine. And
Okay.
that time of year is, and Bob, I'll let you chime in here, but I don't think they're that busy on a Tuesday and it's cold in December.
No, but Bob just wanted to make sure it was okay with the board before.
Okay. How does the rest of the week lay out? What are we doing on the 30th of December? Is that a holiday as well?
No, it's the
Okay.
second.
Second, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we're open the 28th, 29th, and 30th.
yeah, and we'll be open a half day on the 27th.
Okay.
Okay. And I think that's all I've got.
All right, great.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. So
Yeah.
moving on to department head reports. Frank, we'll start with you.
Everybody okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we participated in the Cedar Springs Elementary School Veterans Day Parade last week, where we helped the floats and everything get down the highway and get safely up to the school. I was able to attend the Franklin County Sheriff's Department Police Academy graduation last week for one of our new hires. Tim Brady graduated and he's now on the road working. Sergeant Umfris is speaking tomorrow night at a MAD Victims Impact meeting for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It's something he's done before. It's a pretty important event, and it's really nice to have somebody from our department involved in that. Our police department and city hall cameras were installed last week. There's still some tweaking going on. They'll be back in, I think, tomorrow to do some work, pretty high tech stuff, and I'm very happy with what I'm able to see so far. And then I was going to talk about the Girl Scout troop, but Allison already hit on that. This is a group that I met earlier in the year when we were given that Spark Award. We were one of only 2 police departments in the entire state to get this award. And one of the scout leaders, Girl Scout leaders there, came up to me and asked if they could do something like this. So we were able to put this together for them. And everything I've heard is Allison and Julie over here had a great time with the girls. So it was fun. One of those fun things we try and do. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Okay, moving on, Bob, turn it over to you for.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Nope. So you're.
I got-
you're-
I'm up. Okay, I'm sorry. 2 things I got is, are we going to be closed for the recycling December 31st? That was the only thing that wasn't brought up. I'm just trying to get information out to people.
Saturday, I would think we would.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just didn't want to go ahead and close it or nothing. That's why I was checking.
And I've noticed you've got good, nice new signs up too. So, it was always cute of Zoe painting the different turkey signs and Christmas signs.
That was.
It's a little more professional looking. I like the look of the placard up there where you just put in, will be closed on these dates. So I think it's much more informational and people notice it. So at least I have, so.
Okay. And the other thing, are we interested in doing Christmas lights at City Hall this year like we had, or you want to
I
leave
had
that off?
that on my list to talk about because besides just the holiday lights, I think they aided Frank at night, just being lit up all the time. And we had the lights taken down last year because, 2/3 of them were burnt out or just not working. So it might be worthwhile putting some back up and keep them up, but have some better ones that don't burn out. But this,
Yeah,
Frank,
they've been up almost 4 years.
yeah, they don't last that long. And Frank, didn't you say that you felt they were advantageous to you guys at night and morning hours?
It's really not just for us. It's for people that need to find a police station in a hurry at nighttime. It's pretty dark up here at night.
Mhm.
And if, for instance, some lady on the highway feels like she's being followed or something, it's much easier for her to find this place and to get out and use the call button or the Ring doorbell to get a hold of an officer right away. I know that maybe not have the Christmas type lights all year. Bob and I talked about maybe some type of long clear tube lighting going around the building to kind of outline the gutter line of the building, and maybe the front, like where the doors are at and stuff and things like that. I don't know, but Bob and I've been trying to find some lights, and you can get those the tube lights, but I think Bob will agree most of them ones that we've seen are for indoor and not for outdoor.
Yeah, I use a lot of those LED tube lights indoors, and they just they're nice, but they don't last too long. They're a couple years and start burning out. So,
Some type of better lighting, I think, is important for us for safety for people.
well, even putting up a new set of Christmas lights, not multicolored, just the white lights, I think would be nice and good start. Maybe get a couple extra sets so you can replace them if they go out.
Well, how about a dusk to dawn light at the corners?
Well, that's an option too. So,
Frank, is that not gonna be adequate?
Yeah, I mean, that would probably work. I'm just trying to think, and maybe I'm wrong, aesthetically, those lights outlining our building really look nice up on this hill at nighttime. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
pretty sharp
definitely,
looking.
yeah, I agree.
and Bob, what's it gonna cost for enough lights to run around City Hall?
The same ones that we had before, they're about $40 a set, and we ran 8 sets. So, and clips, so you're gonna probably be talking closer to $400 total.
So it's gonna cost you way more to put dusk to dawn lights in anywhere to illuminate the facility.
And are those LED lights?
Yes, yes.
And is there, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a way there's probably some lights that are more longer lasting that you pay more money for, of course, but it might be better to look into that because, you know, there's buildings downtown that have those lights illuminated on there, and I'm sure they don't replace them every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, Glenn, do you get involved in that at all? Any of your facilities?
No, because we were always in multi-tenant, so it was always the landlord doing the lighting. But what I did see on a recent video about lighting was they actually took LED lights and they mounted them inside PVC pipe, kind of gave it a rigid effect where the lights came through and they were fixed at the correct intervals. And that you didn't have gutter clips and wire exposed. If we could maybe look at something that makes it look a little more like a permanent fixture. I mean, if my neighbor left their Christmas lights up, or if I left my Christmas lights up all year, I'd catch hell for that. So I don't know if we could maybe put something up there that would look not quite as, give us the illumination, but make it look intentional instead of seasonal.
That's why I was thinking like those tube lights, something like that, but trying to find something like that for outdoor, maybe in a PVC might work. Do they have clear PVC?
No, but you could paint it to match and almost get it to blend in with the fascia and the gutter.
Well, maybe we do two things here. One, we get the lights just for the holidays up there. So we have something up there and look at them maybe at the beginning of the year, pulling those down and putting something else up differently that might illuminate it through the rest of the year. And to where we can flip them back and forth. I do like the holiday lights, you know, from the perspective, like Frank says, driving up there really looks nice. You know, you're coming up to the city hall and it's decorated nicely.
Yeah, I agree with the holiday lights.
Mhm.
And maybe something a little more permanent for a long time solution.
Do we maybe want to have to look at lights that change colors? And we could like have a one color at Christmas and then flip them onto the light color, or I don't know what the bulbs look like, but that might be an option. We could get some pricing.
The LED technology now, we do a lot of Halloween lights at our place, and I mean a lot. So I've found lately they've got these little battery powered LED lights that come, 15 different colors. It's pretty cool. So I think you could potentially do that with something more fancier, but I think it's gonna take a little research and it may take a little
Yeah.
time here. So in the spirit of getting this done, I'd say we spend $400. Let's put the lights up on there and let's look at something potentially different that we could use, which may be, like you say, for breast cancer awareness month, you know, we can turn them to pink, and for 4th of July, you do red, white, blue, and, you know, just a variety of different choices, you know, things you can do.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, Bob, anything
Okay.
else?
That's all I have right now.
All right. Let's see, then moving on to, do we have any commission reports else?
Nope.
All right. Then moving on to mayor's report. Let's see, one thing that Bob mentioned briefly was shelving, or somebody mentioned. So Frank's got the new cop coop back that's been erected. And we need shelving there. So Glenn, did you mentioned you might be able to find some shelving for us?
I do have, it's not gonna be a long run. We might be able to string like 2 or 3 shelves together. Like I've got 6 uprights
Okay,
that'll make, or 8 uprights, make 3 sections.
okay,
They're the chrome
Right.
wire mesh.
how many wire mesh shelves do you have?
I'm thinking I have 12,
Oh, good, okay,
and they're about 18 by 48, I believe.
okay,
And then I got one more teardrop type shelf that would make a standalone with 5 shelves in it. It's been a little hectic in the warehouse recently, and my access to getting to everything is kind of limited right now. I'm hoping that'll change by next week and I can get make arrangements.
okay. Well, I think that'd be a good start. I will check at my work too. We're trying to purge a lot of our warehouse space, that we have stuff that just, Glenn, you understand how that is. You put stuff
Oh, yeah.
in storage and it stays there for, you know, 20 years and nobody ever uses it because they forget about it. So
Right.
we've recently reduced some of our square footage, and I know they've put some shelving there, and our VP of operations is very, very interested in trying to donate things to the city if at all possible. So
Yeah.
let me talk to him as well.
What are we actually trying to store on this? Is this going to be records, banker boxes, miscellaneous?
A little bit of everything, Glenn, pretty much miscellaneous. You know, it might almost be better to have solid shelves going across, but wire shelves might work for some.
Well,
I
the
got some
wire doesn't
plastic
allow things to
containers.
fall through.
There's the
Right. See the shed.
Yeah, the wire shelves are, you know, it's like a barbecue grill, I guess.
Yeah,
when
they're
it's
pretty
wire.
close.
It's real tight and stuff doesn't fall through, and they're very sturdy. You can crawl up on them. They're that strong, so.
Yeah.
They're not
You
gonna-
can, I'm not going to.
I'll push you up there, Frank. Come on, you and I both get there.
Yeah, and a lot of people even lay a little lightweight sheeting over the top of it, just as filler.
Keep something from falling through or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Something
if you
has
got
to
boxes
hold
and stuff,
50.
for instance, in that room where the new HVAC system is, anything in there could go out in there, you know, that type of stuff. If it's in a box, it'll sit on the shelves just fine. So it's not like 12-inch spaces between the wire. So,
Right.
okay, well,
Frank, I'll send you a picture of what I've got. And some dimensions.
yeah, if we can work on that, let's see if maybe next week we can get that thrown together.
Next week's a short week.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
3 days, so.
And I'm not in next week, so.
Okay, well, Glenn, see what you can do, and maybe you and I can work something out, and bring the front down or something like that.
Yeah.
Load it up. Okay, then moving on, the other thing I had on the item to talk about here was Jefferson County Water District number 6. Recently, I was speaking with Kevin from the Water District. They're interested in potentially purchasing more property from us up there where the city sold what, a quarter, half acre to them last year to put the well. up at the back of the city property behind City Hall. They're looking for a location for a maintenance shop type facility to put in there. They like the location of where that is because based on their service area that they cover, it gives them a good radius around there to get to. So I told them I'd mention it to the board that if you guys were interested in potentially selling another third to half acre property up there adjacent to what they've got currently, that we could then contact them and they could put some type of proposal together for us.
And that would be contiguous with the lot that they already have?
Correct, yes. So I'm not sure if it's behind it or along continuing on down the road. It wouldn't affect our easement that we have into our property and behind the well that they built and fenced off. And once again, I'm not familiar with the lay of the ground up there, either the topography of it. I know it drops off fairly bad, but they're interested enough that Kevin wanted to talk about it, at least float out there that they were interested in purchasing some more ground. Once again, if we were up to it, if not, they're fine with that as well. I appreciate what we've been able to do for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't missed the property that we've sold them recently.
Yeah.
It's not impacted the city. I wouldn't see why we wouldn't.
So
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't-
Well, at least let them show us what they're thinking. We can make a
Yes.
decision on that.
I can contact Kevin and tell him that the board's at least interested in entertaining that.
Yeah, yeah.
Have them throw us ideas out of what they're looking at doing. It doesn't have anything really too formal at this point, until we agree on what it would be or what it would look like. And at that point, then we can have them submit some formal surveys of what it would be and where it would be located.
So would there be a parking lot or?
I don't know, Mary, really what it is. I'm sure there's gonna be some parking, but it's mainly sort of like our maintenance shop down at off lower. It's not a huge amount of vehicles in there, but there'll be a few. But we'll
I guess I'm just wondering what our long-term plans for that property are. Do we have any?
I don't think we do personally. It's such a difficult terrain. And Bob Schmidt, you're probably one of the more familiar people of the group with that property in behind City Hall there. You have any?
Yeah, it would be a good spot for them to put something back there and just leave a buffer between us and them.
Right.
It's kind of what we were wanting to do with ours, but we would be built, it's more profit if you can sell it and still create a buffer.
Right.
There might be a piece for expanding somewhere else later on.
Because we talked about potentially, I think back, a year or two ago when we were talking about moving the maintenance shop up there for Burns Mill, that it would have to be accessible through the City Hall driveway rather than from and back. And back's always a good way for bringing big trucks in and that, but from the standard traffic, it'd be better up front there and closer, so we keep an eye on it. I don't think we'd want our maintenance facility way in the back there, where anybody off of what is that, old Gravois can get at it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, actually, I think it probably would be better if they built it along Gravois Road and build it closer to City Hall.
Right, yeah, and they may want that.
Might
too.
be more difficult. It'll be
Yeah.
easier to do it closer to City Hall, but it might be.
Okay, well, I'll get back with Kevin tomorrow and tell him we'd be at least entertain what they're thinking and try to give us some ideas of the purpose of it, how big and many people would be utilizing it, where they'd like to position it, and go from there.
And what they would be putting in it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, details around what they're planning on doing. So. Okay. And that's all I have for mayor's report right now. So moving on to item 16, public forum. Amy, did we get any questions submitted from the public for anything to address by the board?
No, we did not.
Okay. Moving on to item 17, I believe we closed session. Do we need one, Elson?
Yeah, it'll be quick.
Okay, all right. So can I get a motion, please, for, oh, wait, before we run to that, I did want to just say hello to Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. I understand you're going to be our new reporter for the Leader, so.
Yes,
so-
Mr. Mayor. I've been there about a week now.
Great. Well, welcome aboard. We look forward to seeing you, and eventually when we get back in public meetings, we'll formally get to meet.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Chief, we had a long conversation the other day. Chief, that story didn't get in this week just simply because we just didn't have enough space. But I'm hoping it'll go in this week we're working on.
You didn't have enough space for me?
Hey, editor makes a decision on what goes in and what doesn't, you know. And I had 2 stories left. She said, choose between these 2, give me something small. And I had one little one and then yours, which was a little bit bigger. And I'm like, well, this one's, but the one about the cabin, it's like, this one's much smaller. But I'm sure we'll try to get it in. We had a nice conversation and I think it turned out well.
All right.
One last question for you guys vote. Who do I need to contact to get votes if there are any in closed session? I don't have it on my list.
You can contact me, cityclerk@burnsmill.org.
Okay, I have your email, Amy.
Okay, Caitlin Mary used to always just email it to me, and then when Adam comes on, he might want that changed and he can decide then.
Okay. All right.
Well, thank you, Jeremy, and welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. Okay, so now moving on to item 17, closed session. So can I get a motion, please?
I make a motion to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of closed meeting, closed record, closed vote pursuant to RSMO 610.0211 legal to real estate 3 personnel.
A second.
Glenn,
Yes.
Mary,
Aye.
Cindy,
Aye.
Galen,
Aye.
and Bob.
Aye.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. Appreciate it, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we'll talk to you.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Hey.
See you guys.
Hi,
Yep.
Terry.
Here, bye, Terry.
All right.
See you all in a bit. Hey, did you send the Zoom out for the closed meeting, Amy?
Yes, I sure did. I did it while we were in our meeting.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry it was so late.
That's all right.
Later.
Bye, Terry.
Bye.
Adam, seeing you later.